Hey guys, Ryan Hamer here again. Today in this video, we are going to be talking about why and how closing old credit card accounts, whether it's good for you or whether it's bad for you. What do you think? Do you think it's helpful for you or do you think that it is bad for you? Well, if you've been following me for a while, you know what I'm going to say. Absolutely not. If you close an old credit card account, it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. And I'll tell you why. The reason why you don't want to close an old account is it's in the sentence, because it's an old account. That old credit card that is like, say, $1,000 or even $500, that is one of your oldest accounts. And that, even though the number is small, you're looking at the wrong number, because some people say, well, it's only $1,000 account, it's only a $500 account. Right now I've got a credit card that's $10,000. What does that do for me? That credit card doesn't do anything for me. I barely use it. And the reason why it's important is because it's an old account. It has history behind it, and that history that it has behind it, if it's got 10 years or 20 years history on that $500 or that $1,000 account, that trumps your $15,000 credit card or $10,000 credit card or line of credit or whatever. The reason why it trumps it is because it's history. There is a longer period of history of information with which the credit bureau factors into your credit score calculation, and lenders are able to look at your history of that old long-standing account and see how your patterns are with regards to paying that account. And that's what helps you. That's what boosts your score. But because you said, well, it's an old account, I don't need it, I don't want it, let me close it, that messes you up, because now you're eliminating that 15-year history, where every single month that adds on to that 15-year history as you go forward, thus increasing your credit score. You probably didn't realize it, but that small number, that small valued account, has a greater value than you've attributed to it at all. Like, it has a huge impact on your credit score because it's an old account. And I alluded to this in one of my other videos. You don't want to close old accounts simply because they're old, simply because you had an argument with somebody at the company, simply because you didn't like something in the news or whatever. Look, they use you, you got to use them. Keep the account open. Don't use it as often as you use the other one, but still use it to keep it active so it doesn't go dormant on you, and allow the leverage of the history to contribute to your positive and upwardly mobile credit score. Closing the account does absolutely no good for you. And you're gonna realize that if you close that account, you're also losing credit capacity. Credit capacity consists of the actual, when you have the average of all of your revolving accounts, lines of credit, credit cards, and things of the sort, even though it might be $500, $1,000 or $2,000 or something, and you have larger credit revolving accounts now, it still impacts you. It still makes a big difference. So don't do that to yourself, and don't do that to your profile. Don't close the account, because doing so needlessly will affect you going forward. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. People don't see it. People don't see it that it's part of your credit score, and your credit score is determined by the amount of credit that you have and the length of history. History is huge. History is a big factor in what creates your credit score. I think it's 30%, something like that. So imagine you get rid of your oldest account. You get rid of an account because you think it's a small amount. It's not about the amount, it's about the history behind that small amount, which contributes to the larger number that you really care about. And it also affects your profile, right? Because it's on your credit profile as a different mix, right? So you have, if you only had lines of credit and a car loan, and you had like maybe one or two credit cards, that one still adds up. So you're able to maintain X amount of credit cards, regardless of how big or how small. You're still utilizing this credit card, paying it off every single month, or maintaining it without having to use it as much. It contributes overall to the whole, to the greater picture. As I said, you increase your utilization. Utilization is king, utilization is key with regards to revolving accounts. So what that utilization means is that if you have 5 credit cards at say 1,000 each, then that's your credit utilization is $5,000. And you have 1 credit card that is it's an old account and you get upset and you want to close that account. You closing that account now will lower your utilization or credit capacity to now only $4,000, and you have to use less money off of each card because there's no longer the $1,000 there on the account anymore because you closed it. What if you had say $10,000 on each credit card and you had 4 of them? And you close one of the accounts. Now you're down from 40,000, you're down to 30,000. And that's a significant difference when you look at the grand scheme of things, when you look at the big picture, right? So closing an account can have that kind of detrimental effect overall. So hopefully you got some value out of this video and you were able to see what I'm talking about. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Have a good one.